And I just want to be honest with you guys really quick. I don't want to be here. Tidbit for all of y'all. If some of y'all need to learn that. We're first graders. We can't spell every single word correctly, but you know what we are going to do? We're going to sound it out, and we're going to put letters with those sounds. What's up, guys? It is Sunday, September the 10th. It is around 11:30. And you guys know what it is. We're here to get into what we're doing this week. If you're someone who's returning, thank you so much. If you're new here, my name is Devontae Kelly, and I teach first grade in the Tennessee area. And I just want to be honest with you guys really quick. I don't want to be here. I don't want to get none of this stuff done, but I need to make sure that the rest of this week goes smoothly. So I'm here to do. It's nothing serious. I mean, not want to be here. It's just I have some lower back problems, and it's like flaring up today. I woke up and it was just on 10, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that's why I don't want to come today. But like I said, I know I got some stuff I need to do. Super quick, just to take you to look at what's on the plans today. It's the same as always, just getting my stuff ready. So first off, Friends of Pencils. You guys already know what that is. After that, we'll be doing our weekly plans for the week. Then we'll be getting into another anchor chart. We're going to be talking about complete sentences this week and what that needs. And then the last one, I'm going to get some Cycle 3 stuff done. So Cycle 3 is how we do our phonics program. That's how it's set up in our curriculum. We just finished Cycle 2, which was short A, nasal A, TH, and plural S. And I need to get my Cycle 3 stuff done so I can put it on this board right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these words down. The old high frequency words will go on this wall right here. And then our new high frequency words for the upcoming week will always go right here. So that way they'll always have that to reference. But the actual skills at the top, that'll be taken down each week. And I won't put those up anywhere else. Just that way it's the focus. But I'll put you guys down. You probably won't see any sped up videos of me putting stuff together because I just really don't feel like messing with my iPad right now. I don't feel like putting it up, setting it up in different angles and trying to get stuff, and I just want to get in and out. So I will check in with you guys at the end just to kind of go over everything, but just know you won't see me doing stuff. So apologize for that if you're someone who enjoys watching that. But it is what it is. So I'm going to put you guys down and get started, and then I'll check in with you when I'm done. All right, guys, so it is around 2:45 now. A little bit longer than I wanted to, but it's okay. I got all my stuff done. So just give a quick overview of the week. In math, this week we're talking about number partners of 10. So we're going to be fluently adding and subtracting, making the number 10. Our anchor chart for math, I ended up making a second anchor chart. It's for math. It's just our number partners of 10. So if you know Friends of 10, you know the thing that how all first grade teachers, I think, teach. Number partners of 10. So we have our Friends of 10 rainbow, and then we'll go through and we'll add that through. So all it is just those two add-ins that make 10. Those are on both ends of the rainbow. So this will be 0 and 10. This one will be 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 5 and 5. And then we'll just write both number sentences using our commutative property to show that. So that's going to be math this week. In phonics, we're working on Cycle 3, which is short I and digraphs CH and SH. So I've already put that stuff up for this week. So I have my skills already done with short I, SH, CH. I have our new high frequency words for the week. I added short I to our vowel valley. I added SH and CH to our digraphs over there. And then on this wall is where I usually put our high frequency words. So there go our words from last week. And then it'll just continue on all the way through the end of the year. And by the end of the year, that whole wall will be taken up with high frequency words. For reading this week, it's a little bit different. So we use a curriculum, EL Education. It is a science-based curriculum, or I should say a knowledge-based curriculum. So Unit 1 of all of our modules are always about background knowledge. So we're building background knowledge of our overall topic. Unit 2 is usually where we hit a lot of our reading standards for the module. And then Unit 3 is where we have like projects and writing for that project. So now that we're in the end of Module 1, just kind of give an overview of that. Unit 1 was all about what are tools. So we talked about different types of tools. We sorted tools by categories. We talked about, is that tool the correct tool for the job? Why or why not? So we're really building background on what are tools? Why do people use tools? Unit 2, that's where we hit a lot of our reading. So yes, we read in Unit 1, but we did a lot of our actual reading standards in Unit 2. So our reading standards for Unit 2 was identifying character feelings, and using illustrations and text to describe characters or main events. That's a lot of what we did for that. Now that we've gotten through that, Unit 3 is where we hit a lot of our speaking and listening and writing. So we also talked about in Unit 2 how do people use habits of character to do work. So now in Unit 3, we're going to put that all together and apply it to them. So they're going to be actually making their own magnificent things. We actually started talking about that on Friday. So when we come back tomorrow, they'll be getting into their groups, talking about what things they want to make for our classroom. They've actually come up with some really good ideas. We did a brainstorm on Friday, and they come up with lots of things. A snack holder where we could put our snacks so we don't have to go to our backpacks. We've done schedule signs to show when lunch and snack is. We did, no, I can't remember. They did a Mr. Kelly mailbox, so that way if they wanted to write me a letter or give me a note, they could put it in that mailbox, and that way I would have it, because they said that everybody else had a mailbox, but I did not have one, so they wanted to make me one that could be their magnificent thing. But they came up with lots of great ideas. I can't wait to see what they get. So I have a lot of the stuff done already. I did go to Michael's, and I got a couple of different boxes for them, because I know some people might need that. I've also got a lot of cardboard and things like that, but they're gonna be building these in like 2-3 days time. So 2 days are built for planning, 2 days are built for building, 1 day is built for revising, and then after that we'll start writing about our magnificent things. So not a whole lot of time to get that stuff finished, so I wanted to go ahead and give them a little bit of a edge on that by having pre-made boxes in case they need it. But after that, we'll be writing about how they use tools and habits of character to make the magnificent thing. That's that. For writing, we're doing complete sentences, so subject and verb. That was the anchor chart that I originally was making for today, and it looks like this. So complete sentences are thoughts that make sense. Sentences need a subject and a predicate. Talks about what a subject is, talks about what a predicate is, and then we have some sentence examples that show the subject and predicate. So the first 2 days of the week will be focusing on that. And the last 2 days, we'll still be talking about subjects and predicates, but then we'll be adding in our complete sentence checklist. So basically the writing conventions. So capital letter, finger spaces, an end mark, and then makes sense and looks right. And that's where that subject and predicate comes in, because if it doesn't have a subject or if it doesn't have a predicate, it's not going to make any sense. So we start off with that one, and then we add that other stuff in the end of the week. And then in STEAM this week, we're doing the life cycle of plants. So we'll be looking at that and the different steps that it has. And then once we hit that, we'll actually have our field trip come up in a couple of weeks that goes over, the life cycle of pumpkins and things like that, since we're going to the pumpkin patch. But that's it. It's going to be a short week because Friday is a teacher in service. Kids will not be here, but teachers will be. Thank the Lord that our district is not doing a district PD. Now, I understand that districts have to have professional development that is available to teachers, and I know that that's mandated by the state. I know that because I was on our teacher advisory council last year, and we talked a lot about the ins and outs and whys of districts do certain things, or we have to do certain things. It's because that's mandated by the state. So this Friday is going to be in-service day, but the schools get to dictate what they're doing on those days. I talked to my principal about it already, and I think that they said that we're going to be doing quarter two planning, which I want to do anyway, just get out of the way. So I'm excited that we'll be doing that. So I'm going to be putting that stuff together. That way me and the team will get all together and we can plan for up until Christmas. Anyway, I'm rambling. I don't know if I told y'all. I don't know. I started rambling and I just forgot everything. So again, picture day tomorrow, 7:50. No school on Fridays. This will be a shorter week. Oh, we also have an assembly on Wednesday. Smack dab in the middle of the day, like 9 o'clock. So it's just going to be a fun time. Luckily, everything that we're doing this week is super easy. No Partners of 10, I know they've got because we've been practicing that already. I already know that they're good with the community of property because we've been doing that. And I mean, I just think it's going to be very, either you know your number Partners of 10 or you don't. Like I said, reading's going to be easy because they're just going to be building stuff. I just got to make sure I have all their supplies out. Phonics this week, I just need them to get to the routine of it because UFLA, we've done the first 4 weeks of school. Now we're switching to something else. And the routines are different. And they were comfortable with the UFLA ones. And now we've kind of switched gears. We kind of switched gears on them. And so I want to make sure that they're good with those routines. I will be starting small groups tomorrow. They'll be very modified because this will be the first time that I'm pulling them as groups. But I think it'll be okay because out of all 5 of my groups, the first rotation, they'll all be doing like 2 or 3 different things. So they'll just be working on that. But for right now, I'm going to pack up. Hopefully I'll get to talk to you guys throughout the week. I know I didn't last week, but hopefully I will get to this week. I'm going to go home and get back in my bed because my back is still hurting. And I will catch you sometime this week. What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, September the 13th. It is the end of the school day. It's like 3:15-ish right now, 3:22. And I am going to talk to you super quick about what happened today and what happened really this week. I'm going to have to talk to you a little bit quicker than I'd like to just because our after school care program is in my room this week. And I don't know when they are coming in here, and I don't want them to come in on me while I'm talking to you. So I'm going to try to be succinct. So let's get started. This week in math, we've been talking about friends of 10. So on Monday, we did a rainbow to 10. So we did number partners of 10. You guys remember my anchor chart from earlier? They had a paper that was just like that. And we used counters to talk about the different ways that we can make 10. We talked about using commutative property, and you see all that on our anchor chart back there. And they just followed along with it on that. The next day, we talked about showing number partners for 10 using number bonds, and then using those number bonds to work on making addition and subtraction problems. The addition problems are super easy for them. Subtraction, not so much, just because subtraction is a little bit more strict as far as the rules are for making those sentences, because you have to start with the total. You have to start with 10 no matter what subtraction sentence you have. So that was one thing that was a little bit trickier for them because they're used to ending it with the total, but with subtraction, we talked about how with addition, we're putting together. And so I kind of have both hands out and kind of apart, and then I put them together to show put together. And for subtraction, we do opposite. We take apart. So both hands are up, and then you kind of pull them apart. So I use that to kind of show how we break apart, but also in terms of number bonds, total, our hands are together, and then we break it into the 2 parts. So to show, we kind of start at that total. I still have a couple of friends that aren't getting that part, so I'll be pulling some small groups for that just to get it taken care of. But today, we did an activity with friends of 10. We did 10 flashing fireflies today. So here's my example of how we did it. So we read the book 10 Flashing Fireflies. We did our fireflies in the jar versus out of the jar. We made sure that made the number 10. And then we kind of fill out the rest. So for me, I have 6 fireflies inside my jar and 4 fireflies outside of my jar. There are 10 fireflies in all. We did our number bond, and then we did all of our number sentences that match that number bond. So it was a really fun activity. They enjoy using it. We got to use yellow paint today. So it was our first time we used paint, so it was really fun. I did want to show you what some of theirs looks like, and I think they turned out really well. So here's one person. They used the numbers 7 and 3. So 7 inside the jar, 3 outside the jar. This person did 2 and 8. 2 inside, 8 outside of the jar. And then here's another one. They did 9 and 1. So there's 9 inside of the jar and 1 outside of the jar. So that was our activity today for math. Tomorrow we'll do some quick review and then do our assessment over number partners of 10. So making those addition and subtraction sentences with friends of 10. In phonics this week, we are talking about short I, SH, and CH. They've been doing so well with our routine with phonics. I know I said before, I was kind of nervous about the routine because we'd be shifting from UFly to our EOS foundation skills routines. I'm gonna set you guys down. But they've been doing really well with it so far. I can't really complain about anything. Monday, we introduce all the skills and practice reading it. Tuesday, we have our high frequency words and we go over our story for the week. Wednesday, we review high frequency words and we are writing sentences. And then Thursday, we practice reading the words and we write sentences using those words with the skills. And then Friday, we do an assessment. I did have to put Wednesday and Thursday together this week because we're not in school on Friday. That's our teacher in-service day, so I kind of squished those together today, and they did fantastic with it. We'll have our cycle assessment on Thursday, tomorrow, and here's kind of what that paper looks like. So here's a paper that I made for it. EL has a paper that they have with it. I just don't like the format of it. It's too many pages. I just didn't like it. And then my coworker had ended up making some pages too, and I enjoyed that for a little while. But then I really wanted my kids to be writing their letters correctly. And sometimes when you just give them a box to put their words in, they don't really write the letters how they should. So I like to give them the handwriting lines, just that way they get that extra practice in writing their letters correctly. So on the front, we have our spelling list. This is what we do whole group. So I give them 10 words that cover the skills that we talk about in class. And at the very bottom, I give them a dictation sentence. So we'll have 5-6 words that have either the phonics skill that we've learned in the past, a phonics skill that we're learning currently, and then some sight words from this week. Last week, I think the sentence was, I can't tell you what the sentence was, but the sentence that we practiced today was Pat digs in the sand. So it'll just be a sentence like that where it has short A that we learned last week. The digs has short I that we're learning this week. Sand has AN that we learned last week. So it has a couple of different skills in there that we are learning or have learned. And then next week it'll just be the same. We'll have a sentence that we'll use. And then on the back, we do for decoding. This is one where it's one-on-one. So depending on where their microphase is, they have decodable words that fit our skills for the week that they need to read automatically. And then for parents, I kind of put what that means, within 3 seconds. So can your child read these words within 3 seconds each? And I'll kind of mark how they do. So if it's not automatic, I'll put NA for not automatic. And if they read the word incorrectly, I'll just put an X and I'll write what they said. And if they get it right, obviously they get a check. And then I'll tell how many they got right out of that list. And at the bottom is I can read my high frequency words automatically again within 3 seconds. So can you read our sight words automatically as well? And we do lots of practice with that, whole group and small group too. I know you heard me talk about that before. I'm gonna have to stop because they're about to come in. So I'll pause and then I'll come back later. What's up, guys? It is now September the 14th. It is Thursday, the end of our week, because we are not here at school tomorrow. Well, the kids aren't here, but we'll be here for teacher in-service. I know I talked to you guys a little bit yesterday, but I had to cut that short because our after-school care program was coming inside my room. They're using it this week, and when they came in, I was like, you know what I'm not gonna do? Record this video. So I had to stop that super quick, but I'm back here today to kind of finish up what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I know yesterday that I talked about math. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I've already done enough with that yesterday. But I do want to talk about our math test that we took today. It was for number partners of 10. They did fantastic on it. Like 90% of the kids got 100% on that test. So no worries here. That's where they had number bonds. They had to fill in the number bonds. They had to make both addition and both subtraction sentences. So they did a really good job on it. And in phonics, we did a quiz with that too, with short I, SH, and CH. And again, a majority of my kids were able to do that. The odd thing that I've seen is that they do, for the past 2 weeks, we've done it because we've done it with cycle 2, and then this week is cycle 3. The thing that I find funny is that they are a lot quicker with the high frequency words than they are with the decodable words. And so it might just be because we've had so much experience with the specific words for the high frequency words, but for the decodable words, they're not explicitly taught. It's putting it into context. So I think that's why they're doing a lot better with high frequency words than they are decoding automatically. In ELA, we've started building our magnificent things, finally. So we've done a lot of planning this week as far as what is your magnificent thing? What's it going to look like? What materials are you going to need? How are you going to build it? How are you going to work together? So we've been doing all of that this week. And then today was the day that we actually started building. So let me show you a couple of sketches that they did during the planning part. And then I'm going to show you what they've been building so far today. So first off, before we did any of this stuff, we did some brainstorming last week. Our magnificent things are things that will improve our classroom. So we brainstormed different problems that we have, and they've done a great job with the brainstorming. I'm gonna put up here the ideas that we came up with last week. There are a couple that we did take off, and that's because after talking about like, here's the materials that we have, here's how long we have to do it, we went back through that list and was looking which ones are things that we can't do because we don't have the materials, because we don't have the tools, because it'll take us too long to make it. And we took that stuff off, and they were really taking it very seriously. I was super impressed with how well they were with really thinking about, oh, that's not gonna work. I can't build an actual robot because I don't have the right tools and it will take up too much time. So here's kind of what they've been working on so far. The first one is a little bit simple. They are going to be making classroom decorations. So they're going to be making pictures and things for their classroom to make it more pretty. Hey, you know? So kind of here's their sketch. They just kind of listed things that they're going to be needing for that. So they're going to need like pipe cleaners, markers, paper, crayons, boxes, scissors, all that stuff. And then they decided that when they make their decorations, they're each divvying up, I'm going to make this type of picture, I'm going to make this type of picture, I'm going to make this type of picture. So they have the ideas that they need. And then when they actually start building, they're going to divide and conquer, essentially. So that's that one. The next one that we have is a snack holder, because we have snack. But some people said that some friends take too long to get us their snack, or some people might not have a snack. So what they decided to do is build a snack box holder, so that way if you don't have a snack, you can go and grab one from the snack box. So you can see on the screen, here's their sketch. So they kind of have what it's going to look like. They have their coloring on it. They're going to need scissors, a snack box, paper, tape, all that stuff. And then here is what it looks like so far. So it looks like this so far. They put this little cut right here because how they say it'll work is they can open it and put the snacks inside. And then whenever you need a snack, you just put your hand through here, grab one and take it out. So I thought that was very innovative. Another one that we have are bathroom signs, bathroom passes. So if someone needs to go to the bathroom, now we have a bathroom in our room and we really don't go to the big bathrooms in the hallway, but I did not want to stifle their creativity. So they're going to be doing bathroom passes, and I'll show you what their sketch looks like. So here's their sketch for it. And then the list of things that they need: markers, paper, tape, pipe cleaners, scissors, and they have a boys and a girls one. And then they are kind of ahead of the game. They decided during their working time today that they want to actually make a personalized one for each person in the room. So each person will have their personalized bathroom pass that they will probably never use, but that's neither here nor there. I have two more. This next one is a mailbox for me because in our room, every kid has a mailbox that they put their folder in, take their stuff home. And they said, hey, you don't have a mailbox. What if someone wants to write you a letter or draw you a picture? We have nowhere to put things for you. So they decided to make me a Mr. Kelly mailbox. So here is their sketch for the mailbox on the screen. And you can kind of see again, they're labeling all the things that they need for that mailbox. And then here is how it is so far for them. So here they put Mr. Kelly on the front. It has an opening so you can put it inside. And then they even did a little flag to put on the side too. So it's a huge flag, but hey, it's all good. So Mr. Kelly mailbox. And then the last one is one that I thought would be interesting too, is a lost and found bin, because we've had so many things that have been lost or we found on the ground and nobody claims it. And so we always talked about having a lost and found bin. And this is the perfect opportunity to make that. So again, here's the sketch for that. And it has all their stuff listed on there. One interesting part would be the popsicle sticks at the end. I don't know why lost and found bin would need popsicle sticks, but hey, it's theirs and they can do it. And then we got to our work today, and it currently has now legs. So apparently they're going to have it stand up on its own, and you can put stuff inside of it if you lost it. I'm going to hold it up because it's not exactly standing right now, but here it is. So you can see the legs on it, and then you just put inside the things that are lost, and if somebody has lost something, they can look in there and see it. So lost and found bin. And it's actually been really fun to see them not only build but work together. They are truly using their habits of character. They are collaborating. They are showing initiative. They are being responsible. They are showing perseverance. And they're using their tools to make sure that they're building. So no matter how the outcome is, I'm super proud of them and I'm super excited about what they've come up with. And for a lot of them, their stuff is really starting to look like the sketches that they made. That's one thing we talked about today, is making sure that what you drew on your sketch is what comes out when you're done with your magnificent thing. So super proud of them for that. But that's what we've been doing this week. We'll continue with that next week, and then we'll actually start our writing once we're done building. So we'll be writing how we used habits of character to make our magnificent thing, and then we'll be writing about how we used tools. So lots of writing these next couple of weeks before fall break. In grammar, we've been doing complete sentences. I know you guys have seen my complete sentence anchor chart with a subject and predicate. So we focused on that the first 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. Yesterday and today, we really focused on writing conventions. So capital letter, finger spaces, punctuation makes sense. And today what they did was we actually ended up writing our very own sentences, coming up with our own subject and predicates. And then after we came up with our complete thought, then they started writing it. So I wanted to kind of share some of the stuff that they have. So here's our first one. I am walking to school. And they did really good with it. So now I also told them, like, hey, you got to make sure that you have your capital letter and your period and all that stuff. It's not just going to magically come. You've got to remember that stuff while you're writing too. So here's another one. Soon my family is going to Disney on Ice. Here's another one. Here's one that I thought was funny. She put Mr. Kelly is teaching us, but on the word teaching, she put a little heart at the bottom. And that's because we've been doing a lot with our high frequency words. We call them heart words because there's some parts that we have to know in our heart. And we designate by putting a heart under it. And she put a heart under the E because it doesn't say it says E. So I love that, love that, love that. I'm not going to correct her because she's missing the A in teaching, because this is inventive spelling. She is making sure that her phonics skills that she knows matches the sounds that she's putting in the words. So for all of y'all that are going to say, she spelled teaching wrong, I don't care, because I'm not going to stifle her writing because of phonics skills that she has not yet learned. So, tidbit for all of y'all. If some of y'all need to learn that. We're first graders. We can't spell every single word correctly, but you know what we are gonna do? We're gonna sound it out, and we're gonna put letters with those sounds. And that's what baby girl did. So, super proud of her for that one. She doesn't need a capital M though. You can tell her that. But that is our grammar this week. Science, we're talking about life cycles. They got that. I mean, they're just eating it up. Honestly, all in all, it's just been a great start to the year. I was telling my coworkers, I haven't had a bad day yet, which is shocking because I know some that have had some bad days. But everything's going good in this room, so boom. Yeah, but that's our week this week. Again, we're out tomorrow because of in-service. I really don't have anything else to say because I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. It's 3:19 and I'm ready to go. I gotta get ready for our PLC tomorrow. So I'm gonna end this vlog here. If you stuck to the end, thank you so much. If you have not yet liked this video, please go ahead and like that now. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. That way you get notified every time I post a new video, which is usually every Saturday or Sunday morning. I usually put them up. So anywho, I'm gonna get out of here. I will catch you guys next week when we talk about how my team does PLCs. See ya.